Now, with that said, you my man. I called you last week.
You did.
I asked you to come up here. Shout out to the content creators out there, all of you. I watch all you guys' shits, man. You guys are awesome. Go ahead, clip this right on up. I got him. It's my man. I called him up.
I came here to give you all the content.
I called you because I love you and care about you.
Okay.
So when I see shit going on out there that look a little, I don't really like it. I don't. I never really speak to you about when your name start hitting, when you start getting on your shit. I don't. I let niggas do what they're doing. We know what time it is. But this time, I ain't like what I seen. I didn't. And I know you and I have had talks for years behind the scenes about just different things.
Joke, man.
And I just love being right. I'll be honest. I love being right about things.
Wait, what?
I love being right.
I don't think you're right, though. But we could put all the cards on the table. We should get straight to it.
Here we go.
You don't think I'm right? So what I called and said was, come on, let me not even be cryptic. I called, I said, yo, I know you seen that duck ass nigga shit. I ain't like it for 1 second. And I told you, I'm telling you what I said.
Okay, you just said that.
I said that. And I said, I told you for years that he would do this at some point. He has shifted and focused his energy now on you. If that's your man, I was messy on the phone.
I believe you.
I'm telling y'all. Oh, that was messy. I said, if that's your man, why would he have that dude come up there and speak that way for that long? Then I bigged up Schultz even. I said, salute to Schultz. He tried to hold it down. And I said, listen,
Joe's one of the worst. You get on the phone with Joe, you're not even mad. You get off the phone, you mad as fuck. You like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you start thinking like, damn, he just pulled the wool from over. Nah. But I mean.
And this is somebody, you know,
should we give some preference
for
the people?
A mentor of yours.
Yeah, I think you should.
For me, this is a kind of if you know type of thing.
Nah, we're going to call names.
All right, let's get to it. Oh, love with Big Akademiks.
So clearly, so Charlamagne, who is a mentor of mine, somebody who I've always looked up to, because I always had aspirations to get in the radio before shit changed. Oh my God. Reality.
I hate when you podcasters like do that.
You don't like when people give up respect?
Tell the truth, nigga. It's no more now. Now we eye level, we peers. It's not me calling you. It's not me getting little broed. You said it on. I can't get little broed. I'm eye level with you now. And some of that mentorship shit you did when I was down here, it seems to have ceased now that we eye level. You treating me different. I'm seeing it with people. I got a little bit of money. They treat me a little different now. They ain't so.
Well, I didn't like where the conversation went. So I'll explain. So Charlamagne did a podcast with a guy who. The only recollection I have of this guy is that the guy, I guess he interviewed Lil Baby back in the day. And, I repost content. I have a curation page, right? And I think I didn't tag him. The dude's in my DM sending paragraphs, like, just wilding out, wigging out. You know what I mean? I click on it, I'm like, who is this nigga? Didn't even talk to him afterwards. Now, I think he's reached out for other things. Like, he ain't got no motion, so I really just kind of ignored him. I don't know. I guess, the Black Effect, I don't know if they're trying to find a new tax tone. I don't know what the fuck going on. But I seen that bum ass thing over there.
They're expanding now.
Okay. And the dude is up there and everybody's hitting me saying, bruh, he went on Brilliant Idiots only to talk about you. And I'm like, okay. Now, I don't know who he is, whatever the case is. I just didn't like how the conversation was kind of prefaced in like, yeah, Ak is just this guy who, you know what I mean? It was almost silent cosigns like, what I've done in the last 10 years and where I've gone, and like, shit like that.
Come on.
Look at this guy right here, man. No. But that's when I started having to get Big Ak on it, because it's like, my nigga, I changed this industry. When it comes to media, I changed this shit. So we're not gonna keep playing like, oh, this is the little nigga who is just trying to peep through the window to see what's going on in the big boy land. If we gonna have an honest conversation, the conversation should be about, and I take criticism. I take great criticism. I went to the Roots picnic. I ain't gonna lie. First time I got booked for some shit, and I ain't gonna hold you, man. Nigga, they put me in the same time as Uzi. First of all, I was kind of shocked. I was we got me.
Fucking got it. They got you.
I like that. And so Uzi's on stage, and I'm still thinking, I still think it's gonna be popping. Literally, barely anybody people showed up. I give it and I take it too, because I'll be roasting niggas if their concerts is flopping, whatever. I roast niggas off numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I'm one of the reasons why people in hip hop claim they hate these first week sales. You know this from Everyday Struggle. How many rappers came up there and said, "Yo, man, you keep talking about first week sales like that was always been me." So being a numbers guy, I'm not gonna be the hypocrite, even though it wasn't my show. I could make $1 million excuses. It wasn't my show, Uzi. Mm-hmm. Nah, niggas wasn't really there. This shit wasn't packed as it should be, given that you were the person who was headlining.
Well, and you told them niggas, hey, I got more money than you at first. You tried to money your way out of it at first.
I mean, I could do that with anything though. But
I know. So when you do it, it makes it like, we got you.
Yeah.
We know you got more money than us, but so what, nigga? Now, why you doing that?
And in reality, I'm down to take any criticism for that, because it's put a chip on my shoulder, which I always need one, to go show y'all that whatever y'all claim I couldn't do, because getting to this point, niggas used to say I couldn't get to here. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, cool. So now y'all got me wanting to do live shows. Now, I've never really cared to do it, but now going to UK in November, playing my own show, like I'm gonna,
I was about to say, has that ever been important to you to be able to pull out a live audience?
Not important in the moment, because even though I guess at this point people look at it like, why does he call himself DJ Akademiks? But I used to DJ back in college. It's like being in front of a crowd is really important. Like, it's nothing like it. I entertain online for years, but there's nothing like actual feedback and being in front of an audience.
Do people calling you that?
I mean, at this point,
it's over, right?
Yeah, it does call me Akademiks.
You need to stop. Come on. You need to change the name like Lotto. For real.
Hey, well, here's another thing, but I think you know that there's an actual jeans company called Akademiks.
Akademiks, yeah.
Man, I want to get sued by them.
We old, Joe.
The fact that I don't think you know that, like, that was our shit.
Well, that was popular.
I was in the commercial.
How old are you in the commercial?
Yes.
So I kind of felt rumblings like they might try to, like, you kind of stepping on our brands. That's why I kept the DJ on it, honestly. Like, because after a while, I would just rather just be known as Akademiks. Like, now, I just rather be known as Akademiks. But they were kind of around. I think that, I don't want to put no more batter in their back. I think they kind of folded up now.
Yeah.
I think they kind of chilled.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now people associating Akademiks with me is fine. But I wasn't like hell bent on, keep the DJ. It was just like a distinguishing identifier between me and that brand. Because I remember even when I went through trademarking with a lawyer, I was just trying to make sure we not fucking with their shit. I don't want to get into that. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. But anyway.
So the two niggas get at you.
Yeah. Well, it's not two niggas. I think, so the live show is what it is, right? But I think there was the dude comes on the podcast to have a conversation about content. And I felt the conversation was very
you don't even say his name.
Low. I really don't know his name. It's like Fogo de Chao or some shit like that. I don't know the nigga name. So it's like, it was a low level conversation. Wait, what? That's the nigga's name. I swear.
The nigga name is Loon, man.
Nigga, when I type it in,
the Loon I know is like
my man,
Harlem World.
No. When I type the shit in,
like Bad Boy.
When I had to go find his Instagram, it says Fo something then Loon.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah,
that's their man.
Oh, that's your man?
That's their man.
Who man?
Both of them.
All right, who is this thing? Y'all got to put me on
That
game.
nigga threatened me. Stop watching. That nigga threatened
I'm
me.
here.
Told me that
I'm
stop playing.
When it comes to my people, I'm gonna try to get some
lives.
lives
And I showed
off.
you the DM. Stop playing. What you mean? No, that's not my man.
He cool with me.
Yeah, it's Ish. He cool with Ish.
Oh, you shoot? He's a shooter.
What's a shooter?
He's
Nah,
a
he
shooter,
ain't
man.
nobody shooter, but he
What you mean he a shooter?
Hey, don't
He's
come.
your shooter.
Hey, don't come Vlad.
Oh, nah, he not my shooter. No.
Oh, that type of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That type of
Listen,
shit.
when I
Okay.
came on a podcast, he used to be bigging me up. Like, yo, I fuck with your perspective. I like you. You sound like me. I share in your
Intellect, right?
in your assessment of topics. So
Like how you conclude.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, all this kind of come back to Joe. This is Joe's fault.
Yeah, I told you that. It is your fault.
I swear. I'm gonna tell you why.
It's your fault,
so
nigga.
sick of this
Tell-
lie.
tell- Tell us dumb niggas.
I'm so sick of
I'ma
this
tell you why it's your
lie.
fault. I'm gonna tell you why it's your
bro.
fault. So I don't think it's that thing about, oh, did you tag me on the gram for the thing? I don't think that's why he got so much energy for me. I think the reason why he got so much energy for me is because of your previous co-host. Because I think he did like some, I don't know if he followed him or whatever the case is, but I had to do some research. Most of the times that when he was speaking on me, derived of his analysis of how I reacted to your former co-host. You know what I mean?
He want acknowledgement from Joe. That's it.
That's it?
He wants acknowledgement. He wants Joe to acknowledge him. Why you ain't signed it then, nigga? He wrote me a whole message that you had your own platform. You went to Joe. I know about you. I told him suck my dick. He said he gonna spit in my face. Word his kids. I told him where to meet me at. Period.
You're lying.
I sent it to him. He took some of it back. I said I don't want to talk about nothing online. He put me in the stories. I'm not acknowledging it. When you see me, because you used to be on my platform and you donated to me. He used to donate to me, and I appreciate it. He was a good donator, and I liked him.
Well, he used to just watch you like donate.
He used to watch and donate. He support. He used to give me advice.
I don't think it's that, yo.
He watch.
For me speaking to him. I'm not you.
Hold on.
You right in some of what you're saying.
Yeah, he wants Joe. He wants.
I think it's that if think about this in any industry, it don't matter if it's real estate, it could be finance, it could be whatever. It's certain people that are trailblazers in that industry. So if Parks was a builder, right, and Parks built condominiums or Parks built skyscrapers, and I'm an up and coming contractor, and I think that Parks is representative of our demo, I would look to Parks potentially for information so I can learn how to become as big as you are. I want to build skyscrapers too. I want to be a developer too, right? And so I think in hip hop, we push this black narrative like we all for a collective. And then if I come to you now and I say, yo, how do I do this? Or I'm looking to you for information on how to get to where you are potentially and grow my brand and grow my business. And it seems like you shutting the door in my face. It builds a level of resentment.
Understood.
What'd you do then?
But hold on real quick. But why would he have to do that? Here's the problem with him. The problem with him is that even up here when we talked about him, I showed him love. I said, he's cool, he's a nice guy before he flipped on me because I said niggas go through other niggas to get attention from other niggas. That's just life. You're gonna big up Ish. Ish came in here and bigging you up. So now Ish is bigging you, not unbeknownst to nigga. We're not dumb. He's bigging you up and bringing attention to his man. And all we gonna do is like, oh, I know him. I know the nigga. He donated and he used to be over here. It's just saying positive things because I like the nigga work.
I don't know why y'all start arguing. Why y'all start arguing?
Because I said that niggas used you or other niggas to get attention. That's what
that combo.
But it wasn't before. But it wasn't
with me.
Oh no, but it wasn't. It wasn't
before you.
It wasn't even about him. It wasn't about him.
Yeah, it was a general conversation.
It was a general conversation. So when he wrote me, I was surprised. So now I said, all right, suck my dick now. And now you gonna suck my dick and now you gotta see me.
It's not the
so
best
no, suck my dick.
Solving.
Suck my dick. Hey, me, Cammy, suck my dick.
He's still mad.
I'm not with none of that shit. Suck my dick. And it was a disrespectful. We put it on his kids. He gonna spit on me and all that shit. He's disrespectful. I like him. I still like him because he's entertaining and he was supporting me. Nigga, I learned from Star, nigga. Y'all know that. Star, my man, my mentor. Capitalism. He supported. Thank you. But you talk crazy now because I wasn't even talking about you. That's the problem with these niggas. They become so overzealous. They're so mad at this. Sorry, put my hand in your face. They're so overzealous and so mad at this nigga that if you say anything remotely, if they shoe fit a little bit, he can jump out the window. Because off camera, I bigged him up. I agreed with Ish. Yeah, that nigga, yeah, he's a supporter. He don't want to say your name, nigga. That's it. He don't like you niggas.
No.
Why don't you show him some attention?
Exactly.
Say his name.
Say his name.
I don't
Say
operate
his
like
name.
That. You know I don't operate like
Say
that.
his
chill out,
name,
yo.
bro.
Say his name. Say his name.
I don't operate like that.
Say his name.
See, this you trying to little bro. You trying to little bro his man's right now.
And even with y'all focusing on him, I won't be fooled by the pawn on the board.
That's what you said that, yeah.
That's good. You're right about that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mousetrap.
I don't know, homeboy. Hey, do what you're doing. I'm not promoting it, but that ain't my, y'all know me, that ain't my focus. My focus is on people in this content space, and this whole thing will be about content space, by the way. So you can't 15-second fast forward your way out of this one. You can just X out. In content space, you just know how to, if you do it long enough, you know how to just tell certain things. You know how to tell. That's why I turn up the way I do. Because I could tell when I seen a few of you niggas have had backdoor conversations that involve my name. It is like painfully obvious. So when I saw this clip, I could tell that there were backdoor conversations being had about not just myself, but you. So you've heard these thoughts, you have filtered the thoughts from this person, and you thought they were compelling either which way enough to bring that on the big stage. And he's such a doofy little awkward radio weird nigga that he starts looking doofy and weird and awkward. All right, let her rip. It's literally how it started. Hey man, all right, we here now. What you got to say? Let's shake it up. That's literally how it starts. What do you think? The audience, you could piss on them and tell them it's raining? That means you've heard something.
Yeah.
And let's just get right to the meat and potatoes.
I thought it was, at first I thought it was just a lowbrow tactic of, you see me, I'm the person who bite on everything. Like I'm the person, you probably have more of an issue with your former co-host. I talked about him for 5 months straight. You get what I mean? So it's easy to kind of bait me into a, yeah, it's probably a year. Still going.
A couple years.
But I do know people at times to say, well, Ak will do the promo for us. Nobody knows this guy, but he has a serious gripe with him. Ak is going to do the back and forth that if this podcast alone can't get you to say, who is he? By the time Ak's done going on these rants,
You'll be a name. You'll be a name.
True. That's fine.
you'll be, and I thought about it and I'm like, you can't just announce the play. Like you got to at least slide it in there. And that's why, I did speak about it because, I always tell you, like, if something's on my mind, I always got to get to it. It's this thing that I do in broadcasting is the best therapy for me, just like probably all of you guys in here. So I'm always going to, I got to get off my mind. But it looked a little odd. It was just like, if this guy who really doesn't deserve any of the platforms you're putting him on, Breakfast Club, Brilliant Idiots, if this is his runway to try to get him popping, knowing that this is what his thing is going to be,
Why would you allow it?
why would you fill up the plane? You get what I mean?
And when you say that, and when I notice that, my first thought is, well, how does that make you feel? Because we're humans. If you did that, I would be tight about it. When you was on with fucking Troy Ave and he was talking that shit, you my man, you getting the content. So I just called and said, yo, hang up on that nigga, I'll jump on. Bigger draw. Muscle him out of there.
You did muscle that nigga out of there.
Yeah. Hey, and the viewers shot up, right? Hey, drop that zero. Get with this zero. But if you did, like, outside of that, if that happened, if you brought somebody up there to kick my back in like that, nigga, me and you got an issue. Now, as my man, we got to have a private talk. Yo, what are you doing? Help me see the play. Is this just like COE? Is this content? Because yeah, but COE.
Y'all niggas buy into that. I'm not buying into that.
What's COE?
Content over everything.
It's not though. If you're my friend, we both up. We both up. You don't need the money.
You don't. Yep.
Akademiks got some money. Homeboy got some money. So if you bought a nigga up there, and this ain't nothing against nobody, I'm saying that if you bought a nigga up there that you know their purpose of coming on your show is to belittle me or berate me, and you allow them to do that, then are we really cool or are we really friends?
Before you continue, I want y'all two to know or keep
Because
in mind,
there's friendship
our
in this
versions
stuff.
of COE is different though.
Because there's some
Mine
friendships
is
in this
yeah,
stuff, and
absolutely.
y'all kind of always make it be like, yo, it's business, it's business. It's not just business. There's friendships here, and there are personal relationships here.
I agree.
And those personal relationships should stand for something and should carry a weight.
So can I? I'll
This
tell
nigga
you,
big,
Or we
Charlamagne
not
up
friends.
Austin.
Or we not friends, yo.
I'll tell you this. So there was confusion. I think there's a little confusion, and again, obviously I'm not dumb, but there's confusion because, again, like passively co-signing or not even giving a retort.
I wasn't passing, that nigga was sitting there.
Okay,
Don't try to.
No,
it ain't passing.
But hear what I'm saying. This is somebody who I talk to a lot. You know what I mean? This is somebody who I've talked to when I felt I've been doing bad and when I've been doing good. And their opinions don't match that guy, or they never told me those opinions match that guy.
Match the guy that you saw on the camera.
Yes. So it's just match
The guy that would co-sign that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I was like, that's a little, and then I'm thinking maybe it's just the content. He's like, let me get his shit off, in a way, right? But then I'm like, it didn't feel good when even I have tremendous respect for both him, Charlamagne and Schultz, but Schultz was like, wait, hold on now, wait, you know what I mean? Because I think Schultz could more identify with just even the opposite of what he's saying as like,
I
saying bullshit.
really liked Schultz in that moment. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
But to this day, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was.
Well, you didn't answer my question. How did it make you feel? Both professionally and personally.
Nah, I felt a little snaky, I'm gonna be honest.
It felt snaky, but how did you feel? Were you upset? Were you bothered?
Got to process this.
No, it's not a process. Man, I think at the point I am now is like, but I'm starting to get jaded to shit in the sense of,
Got it.
You know, of course, I still, like you, even now, I'm still gonna give everybody a credit, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like, now it's more of a, you know, and I've told him this directly. I'm like, listen, sometimes even these back and forth, it fuels me because I use everything as a chip on my shoulder. I need chips on my shoulder because, you know, after a certain point, it's like, all right, why are you still, I can imagine even Tiger Woods right now, like, yo, he's one of the most decorated golfers. Like, he fucks up once, he's like, I'm going home, man. I don't got to do this. So like, I always need these things to fuel me. So I had a conversation with him the week before, and he was talking about the show, and he was talking about,
Who?
With Schultz, just him and Schultz. And he said, so I told Charlamagne on the phone, but I was, because he hit me, and he said, yo, I see people on Reddit trying to say I dissed you. I didn't. And I said, I forgot where I was coming from, but I was like, I ain't even watched the episode yet, but I watched it and I said, listen, I think, like, not because you're my friend, you're supposed to dick ride me. If I do some dumb shit, you might be like, yo, act my man, but yo, he's tweaking right now. He's tripping, he's wilding. So they were having a conversation about, does this internet space and whatever people have built up really translate? I think that's a very valid conversation. And I don't mind being the fodder or the example of that. That felt like it was in good faith. You get what I mean? Like, yeah, this my man's looked like he might have tripped and fell, but looked like, let's talk about why this happened, whatever.
So we do have an update in the Pod Wars now, released in the Patreon episode. I played a clip, not even a clip, but audio, because I feel like if I play a clip, Joe's gonna be like, fuck you, nigga. So hopefully we get away with playing audio. We might. This video might be clapped within 3 days. Who knows? I mean, I only got, 460 to 470 subscribers. I don't know at the moment of filming this, but shout out to everybody who's subscribing. Welcome to I Am Savvy Mike TV. I, of course, am Savvy Mike. And we're back into the Pod Wars, baby. Now, DJ Akademiks sat down with Joe Budden and his cast of characters. He had Ish, Ice, Parks, and Queen's Flip there. Of course, they weren't gonna miss this chance, but he didn't put this video out on YouTube. And I'm like, look, Joe, just listen. This is just promotion for your Patreon, bro. Because honestly, this is a reason to spend your $10 and pay for the fucking Patreon, because he is providing some great content, great entertainment on there. I'm on and off there, at the end of the day, until something interesting happens like this, then he gets my $10. Clout currency, that's how it works. So anyways, he sat down with Akademiks, and he did this after Big Loom was on Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz, the Brilliant Idiots podcast. And they said, you know what, let's fire back at these niggas. Joe, of course, he violated the whole time, calling them duck ass niggas, calling it a duck ass interview. He didn't like it whatsoever. Akademiks was, of course, still trying to play both sides of the fence, because he's like, Charlamagne is still kind of a reason I rise into where I'm at. He's a big influence in my life, and to fully turn on the guy would be not right for me, because I wouldn't feel right, because it'd be like, wow, what happened? What did I do, or what did he do to make this relationship go wrong? So you can see Charlamagne has some great relationship equity with Akademiks, and Akademiks is going to go full villain on him, but he still is looking at him sideways like, wow, you let this guy come on your platform and really just spew hate towards me and try to say I'm the bad guy and whatever I do. Of course, he brung up the war in Chirac, and at the end of the day, with this whole war in Chirac, Akademiks, is your fault these niggas was killing each other. No, it's the niggas' faults that they were killing each other. He was just talking about it like everybody else on the internet wanted to do. He was just crazy enough to do it, and regardless of it all, it spawned all of these other crime, hood crime investigators, Trap Lord Ross, 1090 Jake. You got all these niggas that are honestly doing the same thing, but really aren't getting the same type of hate that Akademiks was getting. Why? Because they're white. So what do we expect from them? Of course they're gonna do white things and talk about black issues like they care. They don't. But Akademiks doing it and making a joke about it, they really thought that was him, basically making it worse. And it's just like, no, them niggas was making it worse for themselves, regardless of it all. And y'all made them famous, and which in making them famous made him want to do a whole channel about their rise and what's really going on in the war in Chirac. And he definitely blew up off of that. And so if you want to be mad at him for blowing up off of that, don't be mad at him. Be mad at the niggas that was doing the violence to create that content. Can't be mad at the COE guy, because at the end of the day, these guys are out here making the content. They're just not putting it on YouTube, putting it on wax. He is. So it is what it is. And yeah, it's very satirical, very comedic, but regardless of it all, he did what he did like anybody else would have. And if you trying to make it on YouTube at that moment, especially, it was best you like really went crazy with the clickbait titles and giving them names and calling Lil Reese, Murder 3000, whatever his name was for Lil Reese. That wasn't his name, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, that whole war in Chirac shit is just, it's for the birds at this point. He's not doing it anymore. Yeah, it was a big stepping stool for his career, but that's all it was. But he wasn't the reason them niggas was killing each other. Them niggas was the reason. They weren't beefing. He wouldn't have anything to talk about. As I'm saying, I find myself looking for shit to talk about, but I do know if I wanted to talk about niggas in court cases and snitching and killing each other, I could do that all fucking day. And unfortunately, that ain't got shit to do with me. That got shit to do with the niggas that are doing it. So that's why I try to stay far away from that shit. Promoting violence is only gonna beget more violence. That's Big Loom's whole problem with Akademiks. He did the war in Chirac and he feels like he brings nothing else to the journalistic hip-hop table. And of course I said, well, what does Big Loom bring? And they of course addressed that. But at the end of the day, it's good to see Akademiks really sharing his thoughts and looking at Charlamagne like what's going on. And of course Joe is egging it on, because Joe and Charlamagne still have their behind the scenes beef going on. But it was really exploded when that whole Spotify shit happened, and Joe was like, damn, Charlamagne, why are you coming for me after I'm going through what I'm going through? You should be supporting me in this venture, not backstabbing me. That's how Joe saw it. So then Joe is gonna always have hate for Charlamagne and come for him. So it's just always interesting to hear and see responses back and forth in the pod wars. What are your thoughts on what Akademiks had to say, Joe Budden had to say, Queen's Flip had to say? If you did watch the Patreon episode, they might put it out for the public. Let me know what you thought about the snippet of the audio that you heard. I am Savvy Mike. This is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Joe, please do not clap my channel. Peace.